Hey, how are you? My name is Lisa Marie Grantham, and I am the founder of Goddess Lifestyle Plan. And today I'm talking about how to get your shit together in life and in biz, really, because you might be feeling like life is running you, your business is running you, you've kind of found yourself in this mess where everything is feels out of control, you know? And I've been there before, and I will tell you that this video is filled with the one thing I did to start to turn that boat around so that I could start feeling in control of my day, in control of my life, in control of whatever I was trying to get control of, quite honestly. So it could be for your personal life, it could be for magical living, it could be for your business, it could be on any level. Self accountability is the way to get yourself moving in the right direction, building momentum in the right direction, and accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So many times, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts swirling around right now, so I'm going to try to make sure I get to all of them before I forget them. It's like, boom, they kind of come in and out. But life can be, especially for women, I feel like we juggle a lot, women today. We could be moms and then we work and we're ambitious, and we're trying to, be of service to others, be of service to ourselves. And it could feel like, oh, like just very, very overwhelming, very overwhelming. But what I have found is self accountability and tracking what it is you'd like to grow. Not only is it an energetic practice, there is magic in tracking what you want, what you focus on grows in the direction you want it to grow. Or if you're tracking, let's say, something like what you're eating and your exercise, you can release the weight that you're desiring to release. So, putting your attention on what it is you want and what it is you're working towards is extremely important on a daily basis. So, how do I do that? Honestly, an online calendar runs my life. I tell everybody if it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. I tell my friends that, I tell my private clients that, I tell my community that. If it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. It is the only way that I have strengthened my self accountability muscle, but also kept myself on track. I track everything on that online calendar. It reminds me 24 hours before I'm going to do something and an hour before. So I have found that very helpful. I just want to say the day before I'll be like, oh yeah, I got to do that tomorrow. It's like it's kind of in the front of my mind again instead of something I planned weeks ago. It's like, okay, tomorrow that's coming. And then the hour before I get another reminder, boom, up to my phone. It has kept me very, very productive. It has kept me on track, on point. And I have found that when I fall off of my tracking, and I'm going to give you an example of that in a minute, I have found that I kind of things spiral in a direction that I don't want it to go. So, magical living, when we talk about that, ladies, it's like, you want to be tracking the moon phases because the moon phases and the astrology, wherever the moon is transiting, whatever sign it's transiting through with the juxtaposition of the sun sign, if the sun is in a certain sign and the moon is in a certain sign, you want to know. You want to know when it's new moon and full moon. So tracking that, having an app to track it, you could be in a program like my program, the Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood. I track it for you and make it super easy. I post the daily astrology so you know exactly what's going on a daily basis. There's so much insight about that you discover, and there's so much insight in the wisdom of the moon and what the moon is doing and transiting, and all of the energies that are swirling around. It just really makes every day feel magical, and you kind of are like, okay, you don't take things as personally, because when we're in a water sign, it could be more emotional, and in an air sign, we could feel a little bit more ungrounded. We don't feel as grounded as we could. So there's all these great ways that we can self-adjust just by knowing what phase the moon is in and what sign it's in relationship to the sun. Okay, so that's one of them. Then, like, your health and wellness, like your routine, like if it's supplements, like how many, right? I've always had a very difficult time taking supplements. They kind of give me a sour stomach, so I avoid them. So if I don't have that in my calendar reminding me, or now I'm on medication for blood pressure, so I have to remember every day to take it. I track it every day. It's like the reminder comes up, take your supplements, take your medicine. It's how I keep very accountable and stay on my health and wellness. Right now, with everything that's been going on since the beginning of the year, I inadvertently put on 10 pounds, and I realized I wasn't tracking my food. I wasn't prepping my food. I wasn't giving any thought to food. I was get hungry and I just make something and eat. that is a surefire way for a disaster for me, and I would say for most women. We want to be, conscious and intentional about what we're eating, what we're putting in our body temple, and then we want to track it every day. And I have found, since I started tracking and planning and all of that self-accountable stuff around food and my exercise, that I am releasing the weight. So you want to be thinking about that. Skincare, that's another thing I track. I have it in my calendar every Sunday to do a microdermabrasion. I have the machine, and most weeks I don't get to it, in full transparency, but it's in there and it reminds me. I'm like, oh yeah, and then I get it in. So if I skip a few weeks, it's really fine. But I know that the following Sunday it's going to come up on my phone and it's going to remind me, go do a microdermabrasion, keep your skin up, put on a facial mask. These are all things I put in my calendar. Mani pedis, I track those every 4 weeks. I want to do my nails and toes. My hair color, same thing. Keeps me from kind of getting things going willy-nilly and out of my control. Now with my business, ladies, and if you're entrepreneurial minded, you want to be tracking your income every day. And then of course monthly. You want to have everything very scheduled in your calendar for your business. What tasks need to be done every week for your business? Then kind of schedule them in and get those reminders until that. And I gotta say, I'll never not have this. Even though I know what I'm doing on Monday. Monday is like my video recording day. And here I am. So I have it in my calendar. Put your makeup on, do your recordings. And then the next day it's do this. And then the next day it's do that. And that's what keeps me building my momentum in my business. So if you're finding yourself where life and business feels out of control, start using your online calendar. Be really diligent about it. If you want to add in a new healthy habit, like let's say doing an hour of power of really good reading, whether it's an hour of power is more like, for brain growth and personal growth, spiritual growth, but you could be doing an hour of enjoyment reading, which is something that, I really should add in, thinking about it, because I'm always, trying to learn something new. And sometimes it's nice just to kind of, how I put it, fart off and just enjoy something you want to do. So whenever I'm trying to add something new into my schedule and really embody it, I put it in my calendar, and I've done that with body movement, like exercise. It was always in my calendar at 10 a.m. Now I have a different time for it. And that's the other great thing about an online calendar. Once you realize it's working or it's not working, you could tweak it to really fit what you're looking for and what your lifestyle is dictating at the moment. Like, when I was home, a stay-at-home mom with my kids, building my business, I had one schedule. Now I have a different schedule as an empty nester. So you want to be looking at these things. So I know your email provider definitely provides you with an online calendar option. Please get scheduled. Start with a basic framework for your week. Think about, what are the things I want to get done. I have, the days that I scrub my house are in my calendar. And again, if I need to move them, fine, but it's there to remind me, get it done, get it done, get it done. And that is how I stay very, very productive in both my life and business. And I also feel very grounded. I know what my week looks like. I can move stuff around, and it's a really great system. So that's how you start. Okay, that's step number one. You just sit down and go, okay, these are the things I want to get done every week, and start scheduling them in your online calendar with alerts to your phone. And I would love to hear what kind of success stories you've had with this. Do you use an online calendar? If you haven't yet and you started, let me know. Has this helped you stay on task and stay with an intentional life, building a life by intention, right? Designing your life intentionally, living an intentional life. There's nothing like it. It will give you peace of mind like you can't even imagine. Okay? Till next time. Bye.